Featherlite Studios presents the DreamWay Music 50 here at Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. On the pole for this race is Jimmy, his first career pole. Second is Dale Reynolds in a tribute car for his father. And third is Hunter B. Fourth is Sylvie Gang. And fifth is Adria Fitzy. Race cars made a turn onto pit road. Field in the hands of Jimmy, green flag in the air. We're racing at Pocono. Field getting up to speed down the long front straightaway into turn one. Jimmy with the early lead clears Dale Reynolds. Hunter B left all alone on the inside line. Field jockeying around Nick Sant trying to make the move for the fifth position. Through the tunnel turn, Dale Reynolds is setting up Jimmy. He's indeed setting him up. He goes to the inside. He's side by side with him. Heading into turn three, you don't want to be side by side. So Jimmy actually drifts up a bit into turn three, handing the lead to Dale Reynolds out of turn three. Lap one of this race is going to go to Dale. First lap he's led in a long time in Featherlite competition. You see defending champion Nick Sant in the fourth position now. He goes into turn one, slips up just a bit, almost a bit loose. Jimmy trying to attack Dale to get the lead back. The field has two distinct lines right now. Oh, Jimmy almost punts Dale. He's blocking really good. You see Nick to the inside of Oak Assassin. Nick and Oak fighting for the third spot, so it's letting Jimmy and Dale pull out just a bit. Sylvie helping out Oak with a push. Now he's heading to push Nick. You see Eric Keplinger in the top 10 right now. I believe that's also Zach 103 TV in the top 10. Those are names that are not commonly in the top 10, at least of now. When they were hotshot rookies, they were in some good equipment and such. Now I wouldn't really say they're not in good equipment, but they just don't seem to have that touch anymore. But they're proving me wrong here at Pocono. They are having some good runs so far to start this race. See Adria underneath Sylvie Gang. She was passed by Sylvie, now she's going to pass him back into turn three. Through turn three, they're side by side. Dale continues to lead. Now Oak is going after Jimmy for this race lead. And here comes, not for a race lead, for second place, by the way. He's bringing Nick along too, but Nick drifts way up into turn one. But that line actually works. The outside line actually works at Pocono here. Eric in the seventh position right now, under attack from Zach 103 TV. Zach's been on a very, very hard downward slump in his career. See, Adria's on her own right now. Oak has fallen back to the fourth position. Right there we see NCAL and the Gatorade car trying to attack Hunter B. Hunter, both finishes this season for him have been 35th. He's looking for some good run today, and so far he's getting that in the 8th position. Nick looks underneath Jimmy, but the outside line carries strong. You see Dale Reynolds' car there, and there's actually no sponsorship at all on it. Plain black, red, and gold car, tribute for his father. His father actually took him to Pocono here a lot when he was, not really took him. Him and his father came to Pocono a lot when he was younger. This track is special to him. His dad was special to him. Now he's running this tribute scheme to honor him. And so far he is dominating. He's led all 5 laps so far today. But he is just barely leading them because he's right under attack again by Jimmy. Uses the more outside liners. You see Jericho using a much higher line than we seen a couple laps ago. Going after Sylvie Gang now. Nick almost to Jimmy's bumper. He is on his bumper now. Out of the tunnel turn, Nick is thinking about what he can do to get around him. Heads underneath him into turn 3. He gets side by side with him, but the outside line here at Pocono seems to be very strong, even though it's very hardly banked. Through turn 1 in the bottom, that's not where you want to be here. At least for these cars, for some reason, they do not react well to the bottom. He loses third position to Oak. Taking him through the tunnel turn. Here comes Oak to the bottom of Jimmy. Making this move now. He is opening up the door for Nick to use the outside line in turn 3 to get around him. And so far, Nick is going to get around him. He just clears him at the line. Nick very close to Jimmy. Eric Keplinger very close to Adria. Make a move underneath her. Down in the tunnel turn. He is there, but Adria uses the higher line to keep in front of him. At the line here through the midway point of the race, I am going to go off the mic and just let you all listen to the sound of the cars. Here comes Dale to the line, and going silent for a couple laps. Ten to go here at the DreamWay Music 50. Oak Assassin has broken away from the lead pack and is going after Dale Reynolds himself. As Adria is going underneath Jimmy, but Jimmy's going to use the outside line as Nick tries to split Adria to the bottom. And the long punch straightaway, the top 10 easily is under a blanket. Less than 1 second between them all. At the tunnel turn, here comes Nick making a move for the 5th position against Zach 103 TV. The outside line, it's going to carry with Zach, but at the line I believe Nick will have the advantage. As for the 3rd position, Jimmy barely had the edge on Adria there. Into turn 1, Jimmy sweeps around the outside line and clears Adria handily. That could be key. Oak knows that the outside line is very good. If he gets to Dale and Dale doesn't protect the outside, he could swing right around him. Through the tunnel turn, he gains by another car length. Out of the tunnel turn, Nick has been passed by Zach 103 TV. He's looking to pass him right back. Into 3, Zach drifts way up. And Nick clears them on the bottom. One of the first actual full clear passes on the bottom. See, the lead pack, it's at least, I'm going to guess, 15 car lengths. Oak is ahead of Jimmy right now. Turn 1, Zach using that high line to protect his position from NCAL. As Eric Keplinger's got to run 100B and is chasing after NCAL right now. Adria going after Jimmy, Nick going after Adria. The 40 and 04 cars have fought this duel before. Sweeping through turn 3, Nick uses the high line now. Adrian moves up to block the air. Stalls out his momentum just a bit, and as we see, Oak is getting very close to Dale now. One car length, from what I can tell. One car length between the two. Through turn 1, Dale protects the bottom. Oak goes to the bottom. Out of 1, he gains just a bit by another car length. Heading to tunnel turn, Jimmy in the 3rd position, Zach in the 6th position. Oh, Jericho squeezes it in right underneath Eric. He's lucky that it didn't wreck them both there. Sweeping 2, turn 3. Jimmy using the higher line. Oak doesn't get that good of a run out of turn 3. He's staying right behind Dale, getting that draft. As now I believe there are 6 or 5 laps to go. Okay, 6 laps to go. Sweeping out of turn 1 under the long punch straight. Nick and Adria, he side drafts Adria, gives Jimmy a push to keep in front of Adria. Through the tunnel turn, Adria dives completely underneath Jimmy and clears him. Through turn 3, they're all right there in the pack there. But here comes the 8. Oak has a good run out of turn 3. Down the front straightaway. To his quarter, he is side by side with Dale heading into turn 1. Will he be able to get the right run? Oh no, Dale uses that outside line and just slings right back around to the lead. Closest anyone's been to Dale today. It's 4.5 laps to go. Nick diving underneath Jimmy. The bottom line seems to be able to work for passes now, except for turn 1, obviously. Turn 1 obviously has more banking and such. Would be the easier place to use the outside. Dale continues to lead. Zach 103 TV making the move for the top 5 position. At the line, I believe it places him in the 5th position. It does. There's a 10th between Dale and Oak. See, is there 3 wide at turn 1? NCAL backs out of it. Jimmy and Zach stay a side-by-side bit of contact there. Jimmy brushes the wall. And Zach gets clear for the 5th position again. NCAL under attack by Eric. Eric, oh man, he almost shoved it in again. You see, up ahead at the leaders, Dale and Oak separated by less than a car length for sure. Out of 3, there will be 3 to go at the line. Oak is right on Dale's bumper, and Dale is for sure working for this for these laps led right now. So we get into turn 1. Dale drifts up a bit, opening the door for Oak to close in even further. See Motorsports Games in the, I believe that's the 10th position. do the do. In the 11th position, Hunter B has fallen out of the top 10, unfortunately. You see True to Atlanta in the 13th position. Relatively quiet names here in the sort of mid-pack area. Two to go at the line. The 40 and the 04 cars still fighting this fierce duel, as the 8 and 27 are under own duel. In the turn 1, Oak and Dale both swinging around the bottom, and they both drift up out of turn 2. Turn 1, I made that mistake again, I apologize. 1.5 to go. Nick is stuck behind Adria. Cannot make the move for the 3rd position just yet. Out of the tunnel turn, Dale opens up a gap between him and Oak. Sweeping through turn 3 onto the front straightaway. The white flag waves. One more lap to go here in the DreamWay Music 50. Darrell Reynolds with 2 car length lead over Oak Assassin. Nick Sant trying to make the move for the 3rd position now against Adria. Sweeping to the bottom of turn 1. She used the outside line to defend against him. Down to Long Pond straightaway for the final time. Adria almost brushes the wall a bit. Oak closes in on Dale to the tunnel turn. 1 car length out of the tunnel turn. They both get equal exits. Entering turn 3 for the final time. This is for the win. Oak goes up high, trying to use that high line. And sweeping out of turn 3, it won't be enough. Darrell Reynolds, your winner of the DreamWay Music 50 here at Pocono Raceway. A fitting win for him. Very fitting. Finishing results on the left side of your screen. We shall see you at Bristol. It's going to be awesome. Signing off.